Alright, so finally getting back and into the mouse pads, and also finally getting around to doing this review of the Razer Atlas. I've been putting it off. I meant to do two videos actually. This one, a short term slash like first impressions, and then a glide test and comparison video, which I will try and get to at some point. I need to figure out how to do that accurately, or somewhat accurately, but I've been trying to get around to doing this. The Razer Atlas retail price is $99. With shipping though, it's at $106, or at least for me. I paid $96 though because I signed up for Razer's like silver rewards or something like that, their email rewards, and so you get $10 off of your purchase online on their store of, I believe, $99 or more, and the Atlas is $99. It met that requirement, so I paid $3 less than retail pricing, and that's shipping included. So $96, pretty good price, I say, so far of what is out, or at least what I've bought personally. Definitely one of the better value mouse pads in terms of the glass market. I've owned this mouse pad for roughly 4, maybe 5 months now. However, I've only used it for like 1.5 months, probably closer to just 1. Now I do want to state really quick, I know there are some other glass pads coming out. The glass pad market is booming. However, I don't have all glass pads. I've bought 2 glass pads. One comes out in like September, and then there's the Cosmic Wraith V2, I believe that's the name of it. However, I don't get that until later this month in August, so I'm not going to be doing a comparison of like value and roughly what the glide is for the Atlas compared to that, because I'm not sure. I haven't looked into any reviews for that mouse pad, so I can't really do any comparisons. So I'm only going to be comparing the Atlas to the glass pads that I've used, which is the SkyPad 3.0, the Super Glide, and the Sonar from GameSense, and then if you want to count it, the Serapad. So starting off with some of the bad things, which really there isn't much aside from like the size, which is roughly 450 to 400. Me, I like bigger mouse pads, like the one underneath here. This is 500 by 500, I think, should be. I like roughly around there, 500 by 500, 490 by 490, whatever. So the sizing, in my opinion, I would wish for them to have a slightly bigger size. However, that's probably why they're able to keep the cost down to $99. So SkyPad and Super Glide, Pulsar Super Glide, they have like flat edges. Razer, they have rounded edges, they say, and it is slightly rounded on the side, but then when we get to this point here where it actually meets, the flat surface meets the rounded edge, it feels slightly sharp. It's not sharp enough to really cut, but it does really like dig and scratch my arm quite a bit, so I definitely recommend a sleeve. The Super Glide and the SkyPad don't do that. And then the GameSense Sonar, I believe it also has rounded edges, but theirs is a lot more rounded and doesn't have this like clear-cut edge along the sides. It continuously rounds, so there's no issue with that one. And also, I'm very sorry, you can't really see this. It's black on black with very low lighting, so you can't really see that. So I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you understand what I mean. So definitely recommend a sleeve with this mouse pad in comparison to all the other glass mouse pads I've used. Now, another thing, this is probably just because of the fact that it's a black mouse pad, but it does pick up quite a bit of grease and dirt and fingerprint, as nasty as that sounds, but it does pick it up. You're definitely going to have to be cleaning the mouse pad quite a bit, otherwise you might feel some slowdowns or just like weird surface areas on here just feeling really weird and slippery or just very slow. And speaking of cleaning, I'm always going to say this with every single glass pad, because any new user out there should know this, because even though it's a small thing, it does get annoying. Glass pads, you have to be cleaning pretty much like once to like 2 times a day, but you are going to feel every single little thing on the pad in comparison to a cloth pad. Cloth pads, it will sink into the cloth, very squishy depending on the mouse pad. You're not going to feel it as much, but glass pad, it is 2 hard surfaces against each other, or relatively hard surface with your skates. So if there's a hair in between your skates and the pad, you're going to feel that. A crumb, anything, you're going to feel it scratching all along the pad. Very annoying, messes you up a little bit at times. And the very last thing here of bad stuff that I've had, and this isn't even really bad, it's both a pro and a con depending on who you are. The pad's not super fast. It's not necessarily a control pad either. It's like almost right down the road middle of the road of control and speed. The Pulsar Super Glide I suggested to those who want nothing but speed and they just want to fly across the mouse pad, just swinging as if they're on an air hockey table, whatever. And the GameSense sonar was more control oriented, very controlled. This is definitely a great in between, so take it as you will, both a pro and a con depending on who you are, what you want. And with that said, it's also very smooth. Obviously it's glass, but it's very smooth, but definitely feels very controlled. And as I've said, it's middle of the road, definitely not controlled but not fast, so it has a pretty good glide, but it's very controllable still. But definitely seems like a great surface so far. And sorry for making this such a short video, I just haven't really gotten to use this pad too much, and there's not really, again, not many issues that I've come across and not too many great things either. But do I think this is a product worth recommending? In my opinion, it is the best pad, or best glass pad I should say, to recommend to anyone just in general, especially for those of you that want to get into glass pads but they don't want something like the Super Glide where it's like an air hockey just swinging around very fast, not really controllable. But you don't want the GameSense sonar, which is very slow, because you want a faster experience. I think this is, again, great middle of the road of having both speed and control, and also one of the best pricings on the market as of right now that I know of, at $96, or at least what I pay for, again with that $10 discount if you just sign up with Razer's email thing. And even for those of you that are in the glass pad market, I still think this is a very good pad. I think this is probably the best pad of what I've used, again, out of all of them, for someone that wants both speed and control but doesn't want their mouse to feel super sluggish or just super fast in a way that's not controllable. So I definitely do recommend this out of all the glass pads I've used so far. And again, sorry for having this video really short, but hopefully this video informed you a little bit about the Razer Atlas and will help with your next purchase if you do intend to buy a glass pad. Definitely fun getting into these glass pads anyways. See you guys later.